All right, let's talk. What's going on out there, everybody in YouTube land? It's your guy Q, the movie collector here again, back with the second iteration of Let's Talk. So I didn't anticipate to make this video, or let alone make a second installment of this this series of mine, but there's been a little bit too much talking going around as of the past week. Um, and I've gotten on my YouTube. I get on there and I'll watch videos of some of my favorite creators. Um, and honestly, I mean the outpour of the same thing being talked about, it's just becoming a little bit too much. I just feel like, and keep in mind, these are all my opinions. I'm not presenting them as facts. I'm just really just stating how I feel about all of this. And to let you guys know, this isn't the video you all are anticipating it to be. So this is going to be something completely different than what you're expecting. So, and I just hope you guys bear with me for a little bit. And while you guys are at it, there's a lot of guys out, not a lot of you all out there that watch my videos and everything. Hit the subscribe button. I see a lot of you guys that watch my videos that don't hit the subscribe button enough. Check me out, man. I'm a good channel. At least I hope I am anyway. So I would gladly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button too, and hit the bell notification so that way you don't miss out on my videos, because I've been trying to remain active. So I'm enjoying this venture and I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. You just don't know. But anyway, so it's been like a whole huge outpour of videos lately. And it all started from a troll. It all started from a troll. But before we get to talking about that troll, let's just talk about how we got to this video in the first place. Hi, Trey. Sit down. um, you know, I don't know if anyone is aware or even know what's going on at the moment. But as of the current time period right now, there are no more leaks. Me personally, I'm happy there are no more leaks. I like surprises, especially when, a piece of artwork gets unveiled or features get unveiled. You know, Back in the day when things used to just come to the shelves, we didn't have any clue what was going to be on those discs. We just got what we got because we loved the films. I'm personally, I'm happy that we're back to that stage now. But now it just seems like, since we don't have leaks anymore, there's so many people that's jumping the gun. Um, Prime example, Nightmare on Elm Street. um, Now, Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my personal favorite horror franchises of all time. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I've owned in the past, which I don't currently have anymore. I've owned in the past the VHS set. I've owned that DVD set that everyone loves to share and talk about, which is it's a really nice and beautiful set. And I also own this. Now, there's a lot of people that give this a lot of flack just because of the presentation. I mean, yeah, it's nowhere near as good looking as that old school DVD set. It's nowhere near as good looking or creative as that old VHS set. But for me personally, being a fan of the films, this is all I need. I'm not putting this on my television screen and viewing this package or viewing the contents of it, because I mean, like I said, a lot of people give this collection here a lot of crap because of the way it's presented. We're not looking at the presentation, we're watching the films. This has all of the special features that's ever come out for the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. except for the unrated cuts of the films. I think the only thing we get that's unrated in this thing is the original film. Um, which leads me to talk about this. I feel like honestly, we haven't even gotten all of the details what's going to be on that new 4K set. We don't know what features are going to make it, what new features are going to be included. We don't know if legacy features are going to make it. And that's cool. It's not here yet. It hasn't made it here yet. And it's okay. To me personally, that's okay. I'm happy with that. What I don't like is that we're judging something before we even have it in our hands. We don't have the 4K here in our hands yet. If you're a diehard Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you're not missing out on that 4K release. I'm just gonna say that outright. No matter if the artwork is ugly, if it looks AI'd on the artwork, you're gonna buy it because you're a fan. And I say that because for the number of years that a lot of us have been collectors, we've all been begging for Warner Brothers to give us a collection set of all these films, all in one nice, comprehensive set. And to me, I feel like we need to set our expectations. Number one, we've already known it's not going to the hands of a boutique label. If this was something like Arrow, where it's expected we're going to try to get a chunky box release, that's different. This is a studio. It's a studio release from Warner Brothers themselves. And where I bring that argument back to something like this, and again, these are all of my opinions. These are just my opinions alone. They're not factual. These are just my opinions and my thought process. We have different companies out there that make custom box sets. Let's say, for example, this thing comes out and it's the ugliest thing you ever seen that you don't want to display on the top of your shelves to show off, like, hey, I have Nightmare on Elm Street. There's so many companies out there right now that are making these custom boxes so that they are presentable. For me, I've never been one of the type of collectors that say, oh, I'm not buying this release because it doesn't have a slip cover. I get it. That's how people collect. That's your collection. But for me, it's never been a big issue. Case in point, here's my first Ghostbusters. Here's my second Ghostbusters. And guess what? Here's Afterlife. They don't have slip covers. I'm happy with that. Because at the end of the day, I'm taking this disc out, I'm popping it into my player, and I'm watching the films that I love. I invested a lot in my setup. I want to have a great picture to watch 4K movies. I want to have a great sound set up so they sound great. They sound magnificent. I don't care about the presentation because it's going right on my shelf. I can go to that shelf, take that movie out, take the disc out, put it in my player, put the case back. When I'm done with it, take the case out, put the disc in, put it right back. And again, these are just my opinions. So I'm just getting to that point where, like, we've got to stop making these videos before we even have the thing in our hands. There's already a solution to a problem that everyone's worried about. Now, for me personally, me being an Elm Street fan, the thing I would be disappointed about, and again, this is my opinion, the thing I would be mainly disappointed about is if we didn't get any uncut versions of movies that we know that exist in this collection. That's the one thing I would be disappointed with. But at the end of the day, I'm getting the Nightmare on Elm Street films in 4K. And I know a lot of people are going to sit there and say, but we shouldn't just take what the studios give us. I mean, do I really need to go there? Again, if you're a fan of the films, you're a fan of 4K, you're going to buy this set regardless. You're going to buy this set regardless. We complain about a lot, we complain about a whole lot. And the way I look at this is in comparison to gaming. You take a good look at where gaming is nowadays. Gaming doesn't have that luxury of having physical discs anymore. A lot of the gaming companies are vying for you to buy their games digitally now, to where you don't really own anything but the license, you know? At least for in this magnificent world of physical media and movies, we still have that luxury of owning the physical discs. And I say this to say all of this and more. We gotta stop doing this, people. We gotta stop doing this. I mean, I get it. If you don't like it, that's your opinion, you know. But let's stop making all of these different lives, these different videos talking about the same subject material when it pertains to this franchise. We know it's coming. We know we're getting the collection. Me personally, I just pre-ordered the Steelbook collection, the library set, if you will. And I wish I would have brought it down, but I'm looking over at my Resident Evil Steelbook set, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it because I can just pull it off and pop the disc in. I'm not looking at the presentation of the package. And again, this is a studio release, not a boutique label where it's expected to have a nice package setup. It's a studio release, people, a studio release. Because at the end of the day, they're going to make their money. But a lot of things I'm happy that I've been seeing over the past few months is that Warner Brothers is going back to get the directors involved that filmed these movies. They're getting them directly involved on doing the 4Ks. Directly involved. Which I'm anticipating maybe some new audio commentaries, probably some new featurettes. And I don't know about you guys, but Warner has been doing pretty darn good with that. And when it comes to artwork, yeah, in most cases, the US releases, they're not the best on artwork. But again, I don't judge a release off the artwork. I judge it off the picture quality. That's what I'm looking forward to. And if you want to get, a better release quality, I mean, hey, let me grab this here. This is the UK release of Nightmare on Elm Street. Warner Brothers UK, if you want great artwork, they got your back. There you go. Original poster art on the Steelbook in this release. Enough said. That's Warner Brothers UK. And if you want the Warner Brothers UK edition of the Steelbook set, it's there. Go to Zavvi. Pre-order it. It's a lot more money, but pre-order it. And I'll say this one last thing, and I know I've rambled long enough. To the people out there that say, oh, well, the US release is not getting the Blu-ray cuts. You want to know why? We already have it on Blu-ray, and you can get this dirt cheap right now. If you want this to go alongside of the 4K Steelbook library set that comes out from Amazon, go get this. It gets rid of those arguments altogether. But again, my videos are of my personal opinions and how I feel about the state of the physical media community. And I think we should wait until all the details are mapped out. Let's stop taking guesses. Let's stop trying to predict things. Let's stop trying to present a false narrative, because a lot of us right now, we're getting laughed at. So, but yeah, keep calm, people. We're getting the collection that we begged for all these years. I'm happy. I hope you guys are also happy with it. And, but yeah, that's all I'll say on this. And this is the first and last time that I will talk about this subject. So, but if you like my videos, again, another shameless plug, make sure you hit that like and comment below. I want to hear what y'all think of my thoughts on this, my opinions. I want to hear what y'all think below. And we can talk it out. I try to respond to all the comments below and try to get a perspective on where everybody is at with all this Nightmare on Elm Street madness. So, but until next time, I love you guys and I will chat with you guys soon. Peace.